Winnie's head pounded as consciousness slowly returned. The last thing she remembered was the transport shuttle rattling through atmospheric entry, then nothing. Now, as her eyes fluttered open, she found herself staring at the sterile ceiling of what appeared to be a medical bay. But something was wrong. Very wrong. Three pairs of luminous eyes stared at her from atop the desk beside her bed. She jerked upright, her heart hammering against her ribs. The creatures didn't move. They were small, roughly the size of house cats, but their features were unmistakably predatory. Sleek silver fur-covered muscular bodies. Their ears were pointed and swiveling independently, and their mouths. Those mouths contained far too many teeth for anything herbivorous. "Oh, you're awake." A cheerful voice called from the doorway. Winnie's head snapped toward the sound. A tall, insectoid being entered the room, its four arms carrying various datapads and medical instruments. The translator implant in her ear rendered its chittering speech into perfect English. "I am Dr. Zixlar, head physician at the Galactic Academy's Medical Center. You gave us quite a scare, human Winnie. 3 days unconscious." 3 days. Winnie croaked, her throat dry. "What happened? And what are those?" She pointed at the cubs, who had now begun purring, a sound like grinding gears wrapped in silk. "Ah, yes. The Kreshtar cubs." Dr. Zixlar's antennae twitched in what Winnie's implant translated as amusement. "They arrived shortly after you did. Quite adamant about staying, actually. We tried to remove them several times, but they became aggressive." Aggressive? They injured 2 security officers and a nurse. Nothing fatal, but enough to make us reconsider. The Academy's AI system flagged you as high-value civilian and recommended we allow them to remain for your psychological well-being. The doctor's tone suggested it found the whole situation baffling. Winnie stared at the cubs. High-value civilian? She was just a graduate student in xenobiology, here on a research exchange. There had to be some mistake. One of the cubs, the smallest, with a distinctive white patch on its chest, hopped down from the desk and padded toward her bed. It jumped up with surprising grace and settled against her leg, its purring intensifying. "They seem to like you," Dr. Zixlar observed. "Most unusual. Kreshtar are apex predators from the Andromeda sector. They don't typically bond with other species. In fact, they're known for eating other species." "Comforting," Winnie muttered, but she found her hand moving to stroke the cub's head. Its fur was impossibly soft. The door slid open again, and a human male rushed in. Forrest, her research partner and best friend since undergraduate studies. "Winnie, thank God." He stopped short when he saw the cubs. "What the hell?" "Forrest." Winnie felt relief wash over her. "What's going on? Why am I flagged as high value?" Forrest's expression shifted from relief to something more complicated, pride mixed with concern. He pulled up a chair, carefully eyeing the cubs who were now watching him with predatory interest. "You don't remember what happened during the crash, do you?" "Crash." Winnie's stomach dropped. "The shuttle's AI malfunctioned during atmospheric entry. We were going down hard. Trajectory calculations showed we'd hit the surface at terminal velocity. Everyone was panicking. The pilot was unconscious. We had maybe 2 minutes before impact." Winnie's hand stilled on the cub's head. Fragments of memory flickered, alarms blaring, people screaming, the sickening sensation of freefall. "You walked to the cockpit," Forrest continued, his voice quiet. "Calm as anything. I watched you manually override the AI, reroute power from life support to the thrusters, and calculate a landing trajectory in your head. In less than 60 seconds. You talked the backup pilot through the landing procedure in 3 different languages because the crew was mixed species and panic had fried their translators." I did. You saved 47 lives, Winnie, including mine." Forrest's eyes were bright. "The Academy's AI analyzed your performance. Apparently, what you did was statistically impossible. The calculations alone should have taken a supercomputer several minutes. You did it in under a minute, under extreme stress, while compensating for variables even the AI hadn't considered." Dr. Zixlar's antennae were quivering excitedly. "The Academy has only flagged 17 individuals as high-value civilians in its 3,000-year history. Each one demonstrated abilities that significantly advanced galactic civilization. You, human Winnie, are the first of your species to receive this designation." Winnie felt dizzy, and not from her injuries. "But I saw the problem and solved it." That's what humans do. No, Forrest said gently. That's what you do. The rest of us were busy screaming. The cubs had all migrated to her bed now, forming a protective circle around her. The smallest one, the one with the white patch, had its head resting on her stomach. The Kreshtar, Dr. Zixlar explained, have an instinct for identifying valuable individuals. In their packs, they protect the problem solvers, the innovators, the ones who ensure survival. They've claimed you as pack, human Winnie. It's unprecedented. So what does this mean? Winnie asked, scratching behind the cub's ears. It made that grinding silk purr again. It means, a new voice said from the doorway, that your research exchange just became a full professorship if you want it. A floating sphere of energy drifted into the room. A luminar, beings of pure consciousness. This one wore the insignia of the Academy's chancellor. It also means, the chancellor continued, that you have resources at your disposal. Laboratories, funding, protection. The cubs will stay with you. They've made their choice clear. And young Forrest here has already applied to be your research assistant. Forrest shrugged, grinning. Someone needs to keep you from accidentally taking over the galaxy. Winnie looked down at the 3 predator cubs draped across her bed, purring contentedly. She looked at Forrest, her impossible situation, and the future suddenly sprawling before her. I came here to study xenobiology, she said slowly. And now, the Chancellor replied, you'll revolutionize it. Welcome to the Academy, Professor Winnie. Humanity's first high-value civilian. The smallest cub yawned, displaying a truly alarming number of teeth, then nuzzled closer to her. Despite everything, the crash, the designation, the sudden weight of expectation, Winnie felt something settle in her chest. Maybe this was exactly where she was meant to be. All right, she said. Let's get started.